Hello, I'm Richard Chambers, President and CEO of the Institute of Internal Auditors. During a recent visit to Capitol Hill, IIA staff and I explored support for making publicly held companies disclose whether they have an internal audit function. I was heartened that most lawmakers we spoke with said they would consider such a step. This might seem to be a minor condition for being listed on an exchange, and it would stop short of compelling a company to have an internal audit function. But it would give prospective investors a glimpse into the culture of the organization. Support of an independent and robust internal audit function reflects commitment to good governance. Without that, investors are left to wonder how the board and management receive independent and objective assurance and insight regarding risks. It also means the board must rely solely on management for such assurances. Such self-assessment is vulnerable to manipulation and deceit. As well, management may try to convince itself and the board that everything is fine. In today's business environment, organizations must be prepared to respond to risks that are growing in number, scope, and speed. These risks can quickly overwhelm an organization that does not have a strong and effective risk management and governance structure. Even companies with long-established governance structures can fall victim to risk-induced events. Consider United Airlines' disastrous social media fallout from its overbooking policies, Fox News' culture problems, and GM's sudden loss of manufacturing facilities in Venezuela. Nearly 2 years ago, the IA called on the U.S. Securities Exchange Commission to require all publicly traded companies to have an internal audit function. We are not the only organization that sees the value. For more than a decade, the New York Stock Exchange has required listed companies to have an internal audit function either upon or within the first year of listing. Additionally, a number of Asian exchanges, including those in Hong Kong and Malaysia, require internal audit functions. But even such a prudent requirement would seem to have little chance in the current atmosphere of zealous deregulation. The next best option may be the position taken by the Australian Stock Exchange. It recommends that each listed company disclose whether it has an internal audit function, how the function is structured, and what role it performs. If not, the exchange recommends disclosing that fact and identifying what processes are in place for evaluating and improving the effectiveness of risk management and internal control processes. To be sure, virtually every Fortune 500 company and the vast majority of large cap companies already have internal audit functions. However, I believe many smaller cap companies, including many in high-risk industries, do not. Those are the very companies for which an internal audit function is most urgently needed. Some may call our efforts self-serving or simply a ploy to boost demand for internal auditing. But any informed observer of modern business understands the demand is already there and is growing like never before. From the Institute of Internal Auditors, I'm Richard Chambers, President and CEO.